fashion, food, and fun. You're watching Living Local 15 with your host, Jessica Williams.
Good morning and welcome to Living Local 15. I'm Jessica Williams. I hope you are having a great week so far, and it's time to start thinking about the weekend. So here's my social scene letting you know things to do. Disney on Ice presents Into the Magic throughout the weekend. You're invited to step into the musical world of your beloved Disney characters at the Allen County War Memorial Coliseum. The show runs from Friday to Sunday, and tickets are available now on Ticketmaster.com. Orchestra Indiana is coming to the Honeywell Center this Friday at 7 p.m. They will be performing pieces based on a collection of Middle Eastern folktales. You can get your tickets on the Honeywell Center's website. If country is more your style, the Clyde Theater will host For the Love of Cash, a tribute to Johnny Cash and other legends of the country genre, on Saturday at 8 p.m. This show also features Grand Ole Opry performer Gary West. You can find tickets on the Clyde Theater's website. Also on Saturday, Pierre's Entertainment welcomes a bluegrass group called Rumpke Mountain Boys at 9 p.m. This band is known for their improv performance style. You can go to Pierre's website for more information. Lastly, on Saturday, the Embassy Theater presents Down the Line 17 Legends by Locals benefit show. This year's performers will be celebrating the original Woodstock Music Festival. The show starts at 7 and tickets can be purchased on the Embassy Theater's website and box office. Well, that's my social scene for this weekend. And on today's show, we learn all about the interesting art of beekeeping and the different products made from honey and beeswax from Be Great. And we get motivated to get moving and prepare for running season with Summit Physical Therapy. That and more after this break.
Follow us on social media at Living Local 15.
This segment sponsored by Be Great. I am at Be Great, located in Electric Works Union Street Market. They produce award-winning honey locally. Let's learn more about it. Come on. I'm with David Mullins, who is the owner of Be Great. Hi, David.
Hi, thanks for having us today.
Yes, absolutely. So I'm really excited to talk about this because I find what you do so interesting. So basically, you are a bee master, right?
I don't know about master, but yeah, I'm a beekeeper. Yes.
You're a beekeeper. You've been doing this for over a decade.
Yeah, close to it, yeah.
Which is awesome. And so tell me about, how did you even get into the business of beekeeping?
Yeah, it was really pretty straightforward. I did it as a hobby with my dad, and we started off with a few hives, and then we finally got to the place where we had some extra honey after a couple years of keeping bees. And I thought, well, I'll go set this up at a friend's house, and we just put up a card table, and it was during a festival that was in Grable that we went to, and but not part of the festival, just in the yard.
Yeah.
And sold 80 pints of honey, and they were gone in 2 days, and it was drizzly rain both days. So I thought, well, there's a demand for this.
Right.
And we wanted raw honey, and we wanted local honey, and we just thought, you know, this is something that people really like. And then we started really getting into the different kinds of honeys that you can make and the flavored things, and it turned into very quickly into a business.
That is awesome. I mean, and honey is just so complex because you could do so much with it. You can eat it, you can use it for a sweetener, you can use it on the body. All of your products in your store here and in your other location, you just offer an array of things. So kind of run down the products that you offer.
Yeah, it's really straightforward. We use honey to make honey flavored products. The bees obviously make the honey. We extract the honey out of the hives, and then we add things like flavorings to it to make honey spreads.
Okay.
We age them in barrels. So we have a whiskey barrel honey, a rum barrel honey.
Oh.
The rum barrel took second place in the International Flavor Awards, and we are now a semi-finalist in the McKeelan Mercantile contest that's taking place now. So we're excited, hoping that we're going to do well. Yes. And so it's award-winning honey. And then we also have things that we make out of the beeswax. So we have hand lotions, foot balms, lip salves. Those are all products that we make. And then my wife is great at sourcing products from all kinds of things, from garden planters to baby rattles, anything that has a honeybee on it or honeybee related. So we have lots and lots of merchandise. If you're looking for a gift, this is the place to come.
Wonderful. Yes, and I use some of the product on my hands, and
nice.
lavender smells so great, and it really does moisturize, especially in this Indiana winter.
Yeah, it gets dry here.
Yes, it is. And so through your products, it's also a healing mechanism, right? So share with me how honey heals.
Yeah, honey actually has antibacterial and is an antiseptic of its own. So it kills germs. Something called propolis is a glue that the bees make that hold the hive together, but it also kills off germs inside the hive. So we sell some of those supplements that we don't produce those, we resell those because you need a special license for that. But propolis, for example, is one that we sell that you can use. It's very healing for the hands. It's great to mix in with one of our foot balms or one of our hand lotions, and it really is amazing. It's all natural, so we really like that.
Yeah, that's really great. And so through the products that you're making and extracting the honey, that kind of rolls into the service that you provide, which is a beekeeping service, where people have bees at their house. So share with me more about this.
Yeah, as far as I know, we're the only ones around who do that. It's really a cool service. I wish that it was available when I started. I wanted to do some things when I started keeping bees that you just can't do around here.
Right.
I watched YouTube and didn't know that was Australia, not here.
Okay.
So makes a difference.
Yes.
So what we did was we decided we would help people out, and so we offer some free mentoring and things as well. But the service is an opportunity for us to actually bring hives to people's homes.
Okay.
We keep the bees for them. They pay us a monthly fee, and we teach them how to be a beekeeper. But we also have clients who don't want anything to do with getting in a box of honeybees.
Okay.
They just want to help. They want to help with pollination of their garden. They want to help with the dying bee population. So it's a really cool service that you can participate in if you want to or not. We'll do it all.
So are they dangerous?
No. Honeybees are really docile. They are.
Okay.
I get stung more from yellow jackets and wasps than I do from honeybees.
Okay.
Honeybee dies when it stings you, so the last thing it wants to do is sting you.
Okay.
So they actually will tap your head as you're working the bees. If they do, they're trying to push you away just like they would another bee.
Okay.
Or so I've been told. Anyway, when they start tapping your head, you know to put a little smoke on there and step away, and then you come back again. But no, you want to see honeybees around. That's something that we really, in Indiana, at least where we live in Northwest Allen County, you just don't see many wild bees around as much as what I seem to remember years ago.
Right.
So we like to see that we're helping the bee population.
Because you said it's a dying
It is,
bee
all around the
population.
world.
What is that about?
Yeah, it's tricky. One of the things that commercial beekeepers do is replace their bees by splitting the hives apart. So that's how we make more bees for customers as well. But oftentimes we have deaths of hives. It runs about 40% according to the American Honey Producers Association last year. So it's a lot of hives that die. So when we take those apart and split them, we call that, we can create a new colony of bees that we can populate other places with. So we can take it out to people's homes, we can sell it, but that's how we replace the ones that died as well.
Okay, so with your beekeeping school though, okay, so the classes are offered right here at Electric Works.
They are. It's the first one that's going to be
Union
offered
Market,
here.
yes, and so people can come. And so break down, what will they experience through the beekeeping school?
Yeah, absolutely. So it's March 4th from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. right here in Electric Works in the Union Street Market. So you'll be coming in and you'll get your hive. Bees come separate, so there's no bees here. Bees are one thing, hives are another. The hive is the wooden box, right?
Okay, gotcha.
And it has everything to get you started. It's already assembled and ready to go. So we will go in all the parts of the hive so you understand what happens inside that hive. And then anyone who comes to the school gets the opportunity to get bees from us at an extra cost. And in about May is when those will be ready, towards the end of May, early June, depending on the weather. And so we'll talk about how to install the bees in the box. We'll talk about what types of bees there are inside. They're all honeybees, but drones and workers and the queen and what they do. And there's a seasonality to everything. So there's a time that the queen starts laying eggs in the spring, and you kind of need to know what to do at different times of the year so that at the end of August, you're ready to harvest your honey, right? That's the exciting part, is that you get your own local honey, hyper local. It's in your backyard, right? Can't get more fresh than that.
And you can just use it. So just a side note, when you produce honey in your backyard, are you able just to scrape that and use it raw?
Yeah, absolutely. That's what raw honey is. It comes right out of the hive. We don't do
really
anything to it. So a lot of times one of the coolest things when we start to see some honey being produced in the hive, we'll take what's called a hive tool. It's just a little instrument we work with, and we'll stick it into the wax and get a little honey on there, and then the customer gets to taste honey from their hive for the first time. That's always a big day. So it's really cool. to think that you're helping the bee population, and at the same time, you're getting a really, really interesting hobby.
Yeah.
So it only takes, after this school, in 4 hours time, everyone who attends will know more than 90% of the population about bees.
Wow.
It's
awesome.
in-depth and it's super fun. We're going to have a good time at it too. It's not just sitting with a book in front of you.
Right.
It's hands-on.
It sounds fun. It sounds very interesting. So David, you have your products, you have your beekeeping services, and your beekeeping school. You are a busy man.
We are.
But that's so awesome. And I love learning about all of the beekeeping from a bee master. So thank you for speaking with me today.
Oh, thank you. We appreciate it.
Yes, absolutely. And if you would like more information about the Beekeeper School, beekeeper services, or anything we discussed today, you can check out the Be Great website, and we'll be right back. This segment sponsored by Be Great.
Living Local 15, proudly driven by the Kelly Automotive Group.
This segment sponsored by Summit Physical Therapy. It's time to give your running game a tune-up with Summit Physical Therapy. Joining me today is Andreas Lomar, who is the owner of Summit Physical Therapy, and Austin Jacoby, who is a physical therapist assistant. Hi.
Hey.
Welcome. So today you all are coming in to share about a really fun program. So I really love it because you're going to give us a tune-up. So share with us, what is Get Run Fit?
So Get Run Fit really is a program designed for pretty much anybody who runs. So it's not just for people who are collegiate runners. I mean, it's anybody from, the weekend, jogger to somebody who runs competitively in races and so forth. You don't need to have injuries, you don't need to have problems. Just like you don't take your car into the shop until it makes a funny noise, you take it in for tune-ups from time to time. And that's really kind of how we look at it. We say, if maybe you have ambitions to sign up for a half marathon, but you really haven't been running all that much. So rather than just putting your shoes on and go running, you might want to go ahead and get a checkup just the same way you would get a checkup for your car if you're taking on a longer road trip and you get that 32-point inspection and they say, these points are a little iffy and you might want to address those, and that's what we do.
Oh, that's awesome. And that's a great analogy. Okay, so like a car, we have to go in, get ourselves checked, get a specialist to look at us, and you are a Get Run specialist, right?
Yes.
Austin? Yeah. So share with us about the different phases. I understand that there's 5 phases to the program.
Yeah, so when we have somebody come in, it takes about an hour long, and we start with what are their goals. You alluded to that. If you have a half marathon or a 5K, maybe you've never been a runner and you want to start off. So we got to figure out kind of where you're coming from and what you want to accomplish. And then what we do is we break down essentially how you move. If you have the mobility, maybe you don't have the flexibility to run well, and you don't have to be flexible like yoga where you have to move in all directions, but we want to look at your flexibility specific for running.
Okay.
Then next we move into a strength phase. Do you have what it takes from a strength standpoint to run well? And a lot of times runners get real specific moving forward, so we can do this real well, running in a straight line. But when it comes to some of the other muscle groups that really support the dynamic motion of running, you might have some weaknesses that are playing into maybe an injury risk down the road, the car breakdown kind of concept. So we get you on a treadmill. We do slow motion cameras from 6 different angles. And then I get to kind of draw on the screen and kind of measure how you're moving in slow motion where our eyes can't quite capture that in real time. And the camera allows us to see some things that maybe you didn't move well on the table, or when I was looking at your squatting form, there's something a little funky, but then we also see that then in your running. And we realize, oh, it's relevant.
Okay.
And can we have some tips, which kind of leads into the last phase, which is where we make maybe some subtle adjustments to your running form and give you some exercises that address the stiffness or the weakness. And so you leave with kind of a clear game plan on how can I change some things to improve.
So you run it down, and then people know specifically, these will be my challenges if I try to run, or this is how my running can improve.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, awesome. And so Andrea, share with us, who is this program for exactly?
Well, as we mentioned, I think anybody who runs should at some point have their running form checked and not wait until they have a problem. Maybe particularly if they had an injury in the past and it might affect their running form. Maybe they notice that their shoes are already wearing kind of funny, or they have some aches and pains after they run and now they feel like, I probably should be running less. or they do this self-guided therapy, and they try to do some stretches and maybe change their running form. Maybe they even change things that don't even require any changing. So it's, I always say it's a little bit like trying to give yourself a golf lesson. It just doesn't work very well.
Right.
So you have to have an outside person standing there and basically, picking it apart a little bit. And it really happens that the runner was already aware of what they weren't doing well. So there's always this epiphany when they see themselves running and realize, wow, I didn't know I was doing that. And sometimes just making minor tweaks, whether they're landing on a knee that's too straight or their cadence is too low, which all that impacts your what we call ground forces. So you also not just become a better runner, a more efficient runner, but it's also about injury prevention. I mean, we want to be able to run as long as we can.
That's great. I love that you offer, Andreas, at Summit just a full workup of every area of the body. I mean, from posture to the running. Us being aware of these things just really help with our overall health. And I think that reminding people to get a tune-up, as you said, is just important. It's so important. And now the weather will be getting a little bit better here soon.
Yeah, hopefully.
Hopefully. And so now is the best time to start preparing for running season. So when do you offer this Get Run feature?
Yeah, so we offer it year-round. It is by appointment. And something I would like to say is you don't need to have like a doctor's order.
Okay.
And even for formal therapy now, you don't oftentimes have to have a doctor's order. And we can provide this service by appointment, and it's a kind of a cash pay service. And did you have a thought as well?
Yeah, no. I mean, again, I would just reiterate, you don't need a doctor's order. And like I said, don't just come in if you have a problem, because there are probably some things, there's rarely ever a running analysis that we do where we say, that was perfect, we don't need to change anything. So there's always something that needs to be addressed that can help you with either injury prevention or just become, running more efficiently. I've gone through it myself and I've experienced the benefits.
Okay,
I think
wonderful.
I was going to say, I think a critical time for someone to do it is in the beginning phases of the training season. So you talked about weather kind of warming up, and as you're getting out there for, whether it's the first time or the first time in a long time, starting on the front end doing some things right really prevents a lot of frustration, or maybe someone who would otherwise quit running because of an injury, or like, oh, running's not for me. They might, by having some things looked at, they might have a lot more success and be encouraged to continue with something that really enhances their life.
Okay, well, awesome. Well, thank you so much for coming in and sharing about this program. We really appreciate it. And Summit Physical Therapy is all about restoring the good life. So you will want to check out this Get Run Fit program. We'll make sure we have the website listed below, and we'll be right back. This segment sponsored by Summit Physical Therapy.
Have an idea for the show? Want to find out how you can be a guest? Contact us at livinglocal15@wayne.com.
Now is the perfect time to take inventory of your makeup bag. From refreshing your items to the newest products on the market, sometimes it's hard to know where to start. Olivia Horton has more on how you can step up your morning routine. Let's check it out.
Skincare is as much about health and well-being as it is about beauty. Your skincare and makeup needs will depend on your skin type, personal preferences, and of course, the time of year. And joining us now from Best Reviews with more on the top products that you need in your makeup bag is beauty expert Oscar Molinar. Oscar, thanks so much for joining us. We appreciate it.
Thanks for having me. So what I wanted to show your viewers today is how to streamline, how to get ready in the morning and save some time. So first thing you want to do is you probably have a lot of product in your bag at home, so you want to just dump it out and get rid of any product that you're not using, so that you're not fumbling around in the morning and looking for products that you don't need. First of all, you want to start with clean, fresh skin. So for instance, with this cleanser and this moisturizer, you're going to prep the face for foundation with Tatcha. Tatcha has a dewy moisturizer and a face wash, rice face wash that's going to keep your skin fresh and looking good. Then you want to move on to a foundation. And whether you're wearing a tinted foundation, an SPF that's tinted, or a skin-loving foundation such as Cosa, it's going to balance out your skin tone and make you look like you have flawless skin.
I love that too, and that's so important.
It's very important. Then you want to bring back that bone structure, so we're going to go ahead and go in with a bronzer. This is by Huda Beauty, and you're going to go ahead and bring the dimension of the face back, the cheekbones, the temples, and the chin, and kind of just bring the face back to a third dimension. Then we're going to go here with this 5-palette eye shadow, bronzer, and not bronzer, but a highlighter and blush. And so it all comes in a palette so that you're not fumbling around looking for all these different colors and seeing what you're gonna do.
And I love the colors on this one too. So you start with the skin prep, get that nice fresh glow, then you go with the awesome a foundation, and then from there we go to highlighter and eyeshadow palette to really pop.
Right.
But what's next?
Next, these are really great by Pat McGrath. They're called the trios, mini trios. And what it is it's your lipstick, your lip liner, and your gloss. And so it all comes together. And I tell people to look for a go-to lipstick so that you could wear that every day. The best way to pick out a color for your lips is go with your natural lip color. And then you can go from there.
And I can definitely attest to that. When you have one lip that you just love, go to every single day, that's the best way to do it.
And then you could darken it for evenings or do whatever you need for special events.
And then this final product over here.
Final product is you're gonna need, of course, to pop the eyes with the mascara. So we go with clean mascara, which is gonna have properties that help your lashes grow. Your lashes fall out every 11 weeks.
Oh, wow, I didn't even know that.
Yeah, every 11 weeks. So if you're wearing a clean mascara, it's gonna help the lashes to grow even thicker and healthier. And then you go ahead and fluff the brows out with also Kosa's brow gel, and that's going to help your brows grow because it has some ingredient in there to help it grow. So it's really great product. Six items, that's all you need in the morning. Get rid of the rest of the stuff and streamline your beauty routine.
Streamline the beauty routine. Love it. Thank you so much, Oscar. We
Thank you.
appreciate it. Of course. To learn more about these great products, just head to bestreviews.com.
Best Reviews is owned by our parent company, Nexstar. For more information and to find more product reviews, go to our website, WANE.com. Thanks for joining me today. And guess what? Tomorrow is Friday. Woohoo! So make it a great rest of your day, and I look forward to seeing you here tomorrow. Bye-bye.
Content segments during today's Living Local 15 were paid for by these sponsors.